time. My dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's listen to some jazz.
Good morning for the last time from Kiev. It's been a year. It's time for the grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2017 tonight. But Steef van Gorkum, before we look ahead on that final, we also look back on the jury show of last night. I think the three top favorites for the bookmakers, they did extremely well yesterday.
They did, and especially the first one of the three up was, of course, Francesco Gabbani from Italy, and he was exquisite. We've seen performances from him earlier this week, which created some doubt around his pole position that he's had for months now. But his performance yesterday was good. It was in Kiev from the beginning till the end. It was much more confident sounding. So his vocals, especially, were really solid. But the other two as well, I have to say.
Will it indeed be that three-horse race when the final points from the televotes will be revealed?
Right now, I think so. But it's difficult to say. I mean, we gotta imagine that last year by this point, Ukraine had gone up and back down at the betting odds, and it was a two-horse race by this point between Australia and Russia, according to them. So they're not always right. I can't see any other contenders like Sweden and Armenia and I don't know who else come back to that stage at this point, also because of running order and because of the last performances that I've seen from them yesterday.
Australia not for the win this year, but how high can Isaiah come?
I, at this point, do not have him for top 10 as well. I think he did well yesterday with the jury show. He was his vocals were good. I think he will struggle, especially with televote, because the song has not been able to create really the impact that we were hoping for. Not even like Dami Im did last year, although she, of course, as well was not a televote favorite, but a jury favorite. And I think the other thing is that we've been pointing out from the beginning that he struggles to bring across the story of the song in a believable way, being a 17-year-old kid. And although I think he's done well, he dealt with the pressure throughout these 2 weeks, and he really held his head up high and was a solid representative for Australia. I do not think that we can expect from him the same top result that we've had in the last couple of years.
Who will win the battle of the Aussies tonight? Because we also have Anja Nissen, of course, in there.
Yes, and she's borderline top 10 for me. I think she might get her revenge at broadcaster SBS. I think she's going to end up above Isaiah.
What are the other countries that you're still looking forward to not only see the performance? We have seen the performances a lot of times, of course, these weeks. But what their end result will be?
I'm really curious about a couple of them. I've been curious from the beginning about countries like Romania and Hungary, both with very eccentric and different entries that I wasn't really able to put my finger on how both juries and televoters would react to it. Now they are both in the final, so that's a good thing for both of them. I personally like both songs, so that helps as well, why it makes it interesting for me. But I'll be curious to see also the jury and televote split with those two entries. I think it will teach us a lot about upcoming years for Eurovision as well.
That's the show that people are going to watch tonight. We've been in Kiev, in Ukraine. We've had the experience of going to a country where beforehand there was a lot of discussion if this nation would be ready, if Kiev would be ready to host Eurovision. It's done now, almost done. What was it like?
It was a great experience, to be honest. And to be fair to the Ukrainians, every day we came to the press center, facilities were amazing for us there. We had all the opportunities to do our work. I think they've put up a good TV show as well. I've heard some stories that behind the scenes, in the way things were organized for the volunteers, for the press, for OGAE stuff, there were some issues. However, we have to imagine that the way Sweden did it in the last couple of years and the way the contest has grown to become such a big 2-week event for so many people, it's not a given, it's not a standard thing. And if you look then at the most important basis for this Eurovision Song Contest, which is 90% TV show and then another 8% press stuff, those 98% of the contest were top-notch.
So it's been a good year. We hope you have enjoyed all the things we have done and produced for you in the last 2 weeks. Keep following ESC Daily. Also, when the show is over, we will have a lot of aftermath articles looking back on the strangest or the remarkable things that happened this year when we have all the results. Enjoy the show, and thanks for listening and watching us.
Enjoy it, everyone.